such a massive boost in his confidence and in the career if he could keep that Red Bull Honda out front and actually steal an overall away and just basically stop the momentum of Ryan Dungey.
Yeah, it almost seems inevitable because the way the races have gone the last couple of weeks, but if you're short, you're one big mistake from Dungey away from winning this race. And you put yourself in this position by getting the start. Here's the progressive whole shot replay, Jeff.
Well, and look, you got Moss on the inside, and you got Wyndham in short once again. It looked like Dungey was going to give it the effort just at the last second. Short had that just about a wheel on him. Dungey chose to pull up a little bit, not quite turn in. But right now, Dungey's not giving anything up at this point. This is an all-out battle here at Washougal. Thousands of fans on hand, a beautiful day, and we've got a battle for the overall.
Now, Short has won this race before in the 250 class, but here on the big bikes, he has never won an overall on any track. He's won a couple of motos. He's been in this position, leading it in Moto 2 many times, but he's never been able to hold on.
Well, and what he needs to do, Andrew Short, is he need to just give it his all-out effort, possibly force Ryan Dungey into making a mistake for trying too hard.
Right.
And this is one of those tracks where we already seen that, you know, you get on the throttle, get a little antsy with it, try to cut out of the roost, you lose the rear tire, lose some mistakes. So right now, Andrew Short's doing everything right so far.
It's unbelievable to me how Dungey's able to get out of the main race line and maintain enough traction to keep pace. Short's controlling this track. He's in the main groove. Dungey does not care. He'll ride wherever he wants and maintain the pace.
Well, he's trying some different lines, and he's tried some outsides right here. Oh, and there's a lapped rider, and so he has to cut back. Lost just a little bit of time. I had the feeling he wanted to go wide there and just sweep that outside and just launch as far as he could into those whoops. But you see how he's riding some straight lines. He's kind of riding the shorter line, and Short's really trying to get out of the bumps at this point. Dungey's just kind of going straight through them.
A lot of riders talk about how your back hurts when this race is over. Explain why that is, the choppy bumps.
Well, yeah, as you can see, you're on the seat quite a bit. And it's these little bumps right there. See them big holes where you're setting down. You really don't have the opportunity to stand up, like say on like a sand track where you can go around the turn standing on the pegs.
Right.
Well, you really wouldn't do that here. And it's all them sharp little square edge bumps that really take the toll on you.
Here we go, the mechanics turn. They read the pit board on their right, and they turn hard to the left. Then it'll be a right-hand turn, and they're headed up Horsepower Hill.
Well, and it's interesting, as they went into that turn, you can hear the brakes squeaking, and you know that at this point, the brakes are heated up. Along with the battle for first here as they drag race up.
And again, the patience of Dungey. He could have pulled the trigger. He waited. Here he goes to the inside. Just explodes to the inside of that corner. He's got the spot. Short's got to try to respond.
Short's coming back to the inside.
Oh, who's going to get to the inside of this right-hander? Now they're going to jump back in through the crowd side by side. Dungey cuts him off. Dungey's got the lead. Well, Short's going to be out of opportunities to respond. It's one line to these S-turns. And they're going to head back downhill.
Now for the first time this moto, Andrew Short's going to be taking on all that roost. You see him now pulling a tear off already. And you see Dungey just already gapping 3 or 4 bike lengths.
What is impressive to me about this, Jeff, is that with all the variables, all the things that can happen on a motocross track, how Dungey is able to engineer the same scenario week in, week out. Halfway mark in the second moto, it's generally been short who he's got to get. And almost the exact same moment, 17 minutes into the race, he attacks.
That is impressive.
It is. It's like a machine out there.
Yeah, and Dungey, he's doing everything right. You know, there's some times when you look back through history, riders like Bob Hanna, riders like James Stewart, Ricky Carmichael at times, where they just look blistering fast and they're all over the place and they're taking lots of chances, and it's really exciting. Ryan Dungey, on the other hand, is just doing everything perfect. He's really not making any mistakes, and he makes it look so easy. It looks like he's just out there for a Sunday drive, even though it's Saturday afternoon.
Well, that leads to the ultimate bench racing question. 2 of the heavy hitters normally in this 450 class are not racing. Ryan Villapoto, James Stewart. James Stewart, rumor has it, might be back for our next race at Unadilla. And a lot of people are wondering, is Dungey just good, or is he really, really fast? He's deceptively fast. He's so smooth, and he's leading right now here at Washougal. So much history absorbed into the famous black soil here at Washougal. Famous riders like Johnny Amaro, our own Jeff Emig, Showtime, Jeremy McGrath, Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart have all come and won on this track. And our own Aaron Bates had the opportunity to hang out in the Retro Village here at Washougal a little earlier in the weekend. Lots of cool things to see and do here at Washougal.
It's a fun retro throwback weekend this weekend at Washougal Motocross Park. All the fans are having fun, wearing bright colors, some vintage throwback apparel from 3 decades ago. We're having a good time this weekend here in Washougal.
Well, that's the old days, the Retro Village with some vintage bikes. They even had a vintage bike race, but the new style is all this guy. Ryan, don't you, Jeff?
Yeah, but I tell you, watch that vintage bike race. You see the old twin shockers, 490 Makos, the old two-stroke bikes. Yeah, these bikes here are some pretty sophisticated motocross machines, and Dungey and Short are out front, and look who's moved up to third. Once again, Tommy Hahn.
Wyndham and then Brayton come through next. So Tommy Hahn, who you said had to keep charging and keep it on 2 wheels. He has been fast the last couple of weeks, but he has had crashes and bad luck at the wrong time. Knocked him out of podium positions. He's in one again today. As we watch Wyndham and Brayton duking it out right behind him in 4th and 5th.
Yeah, and Hahn, he was 6th the first moto, so that math is going to get tricky because Grant back in 7th, Metcalf now up to 8th. As you're taking a look at Justin Brayton trying to work his way past Wyndham.
Brayton needs this run. He was injured about a week before the series began while testing. Broke some ribs, collapsed a lung, came back at round 3 of the tour, and has really been racing his way back into shape. He's just been trying to get into the top 10 right now, looking for a piece of the top 5.
Now, I have actually collapsed the lung, but the broken rib issue is something that is just so hard to come back from. The lung actually doesn't take that long.
Okay.
A week or two, yeah, a week or two and you're good. But the ribs, I'm sure that it's just going to nag him for months, and so that's why he has had such a slow start. And then, of course, Wyndham, he wasn't even with us at the beginning of the season and just came back to this series last week when he got the call from Red Bull Honda to fill in for an injured Davey Millsaps.
Yeah, Wyndham ordinarily racing for the Supercross only deal. Wasn't going to race this summer. But he's back out there, and he's doing what Honda wants him to do. Put the bike on TV, making it look good up front. But he's under some heavy pressure from Justin Brayton, and they're fighting for 5th. Headed up Horsepower Hill we go. Great racing here at Washougal. That's what the fans love to see. That's the beautiful Portland skyline, Portland, Oregon, only about 15 minutes from us here. We are right north of the Oregon border. So many cool places to hang out, and I mean literally cool. We are here, it's over 90 degrees today, but you can get down there in those waterfalls not too far away and cool off.
I'm sure that water's cool.
That's what I'm saying. They need to douse that on Ryan Dungey right now because he is hot. Struggled at the opening round of the series in Hangtown. People were wondering what was wrong. Apparently, nothing was wrong because he has won every single race since then. And now
the overall,
yeah, he hasn't won every moto. But when it counts here in Moto 2, late in the day, that's where we are right now. You can see Dungey's got a 6-point edge over Short. That'll give him yet another overall win. I don't even know what's left to say about this guy, Jeff. Got anything left in the tank?
No, he just seems to be building, and you got to think that even though 2 of what could be the top challengers in James Stewart and Ryan Villapoto are out with injuries, that he's ramping up for their return also.
Yeah, because he is getting faster and faster. Speaking of that, so is Tommy Hahn here in 3rd, putting pressure at Andrew Short. And we've seen this time and time again this year. Short is strong when he has the lead, but when he finally gets zapped, things start to go south.
And it's usually 2 or 3 seconds a lap around this time. Last lap around, Dungey 2:14.2, Short 2:17.2, 3 seconds off. Tommy Hahn a 2:14 flat. Tommy Hahn, fastest rider on the track. Privateer,
yeah,
Rockstar Suzuki.
And Hahn has had a rough go of it this year. Dislocated his shoulder at Budds Creek, hurt his foot at Colorado. Says pain, just a feeling. I can block that out, no problem. It doesn't affect the way he rides. Let's review here his keys to the race via Rocky Mountain, Jeff.
So he did get a better start. Yeah. He has stayed on 2 wheels, and he is definitely charging. Did somebody give him my cheat sheet? Did Aaron sneak those in while they were on the starting line?
I would protest the guy if he had an unfair advantage advice from you. I mean, that can stop it.
Well, fantastic ride once again for Tommy Hahn, who's had just so many freak little bad luck things happen to him. I mean, this guy's fighting hard, and all of motocross in the world. And last lap around, he was faster than the current points leader. So know, if I'm one of the factory team managers there, I'm going to be, I got the number 10 on my radar for sure.
Well, what you know you're going to get out of Han, you're going to get everything he can give you. He's going to give you the full effort during the week, training-wise, practice-wise, and certainly at the races.
Yeah, and you wonder if he's just a little more focused without his little brother Will around pestering him all the time. So
yeah, Wilbur races the 250 class, is out with a shoulder injury right now. He's probably watching at home, and he's happy that his brother's doing well, but he doesn't want to do too well. Doesn't want his brother to have anything on him.
That's
Here
right.
is Brayton in 4th, so he's making this hold up. He had the good start, and he's still going strong.
Great ride for the Toyota Muscle Milk rider here, who just the season's been tough, but this is how you get things back on track there. Made a little mistake there through the whoops. But Wyndham, once again, holding off the charge. Nick Way back there. Wow, what a ride. I mean, Nick Way, he's that veteran just like Wyndham. We always talk about Wyndham being around for so long, but Nick Way has been around for a long time also.
Yeah, he knows how to get it done. He's got stronger as it goes on. He just got it done, Jeff.
Wow, just an outside move. You see Wyndham here.